Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collinwood for your YouTube. Resident under slash of under slash Collinwood for BitShoot. And I'm here to give my Resident Evil 3 Remake review. Have you ever wanted to win a date with the very lovely, beautiful, smoking hot Jill Valentine? That gun carrying, hot looking brunette? Well, my friends, this is your opportunity in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. But before you can get too close to grab that hot girl's ass and steal a kiss, ease those erections, guys and girls. If you want to date Jill too, check your panties because, folks, here comes the worst chaperone. Way worse than Jill Valentine's father, Nemesis. Um, yeah, intro this. What are the pros and cons of this game? There are puzzles in this game. They're not very hard. There's not very many puzzles held. I would say, you know, I think there's only one safe combination I haven't got. That was it. And the rest, like the police stations that you remember by heart. By the way, you do not go to the police station as Jill. Jill only sees the parking garage, the other side of the parking garage for the police station. There's actually a weapons thing down there. Excuse me, but I've given this game a D plus, and here's why. The gunplay is good. The graphics, the the layout design of the city. I don't know. Some of it looks okay, and some of it I wish they. I felt they could have did a lot better. You never. There's a dream sequence with Jill where she turns into a zombie, but again, that's a dream sequence. To me, in this game, you never actually see a person make a full-fledged turn into a zombie. You, the virus is still spreading. Oh, it's spreading, spreading, spreading. But you don't see anybody turn. They've already turned, and it spread that rapidly. You know, I think Bloody Disgusting wrote in an article about, making a big deal about them releasing this game and, the COVID 19. That's just happenstance, really. This game was fucking rumored by the time Resident Evil 2 was having its success. So, what I'll say about this game, most of all, it got rushed. It got way too rushed. To me, they weren't so much focused on remaking this game as they are going forward with the franchise, which is understandable, but to me, there's so many missed opportunities within this game. There aren't great scares in this game. It has good intensity, but not. There's too many cutscenes that are taken away from the intense moments of Nemesis. There's too many setups for Nemesis in these cutscenes that he just. I'm not saying he doesn't just jump in front of you out of nowhere. He does. But to me, there wasn't a ton of cutscenes with, Mr. X early on. You saw the one and that was it. And then later on you saw one and that was it. Um, to me, I really wish the cutscenes they're good, they're not bad, but they're sort of taking you away from the game a bit, and there's things they could have added to the game instead of these cutscenes. Again, Nemesis being more of a menace. To me, Nemesis he's more there preventing you to get from where you're going, more so than to kill you. Because trust me, the way they made this character, if he wanted to kill your character, he fucking could. Um, so Nemesis is more of a nemesis. He's more of a nuisance, if anything else. He's not really what he was in the original game, and that sucks. And that's the one thing I hated about this. Is its playability good? Yes, actually, its playability is fine. You can play this because there's challenges you can unlock, which is fun. But from a standpoint of actual gameplay, okay, Jill never see. They totally cut out the her going to the PlayStation. Okay, Brad Vickers says, whatever, says that they're the only two Stars members left in town, which implies there was more Stars members in town at one point in time. To me, what you should have gotten this game was a complete hunt down of the whatever Stars teams there was left. I'm not meaning it doesn't have to be Chris and Jill. It could be Brad and Jill and three others that had just come on, or three others that had been there. Whoever took over Stars after Wesker, whoever that was, you know, obviously Stars was still operational because Brad was still a Stars member. So that's the thing of this. There's so much in this game they could have done that they don't do, which is frustrating because in Nemesis, in the original Nemesis, it felt like, holy shit, this thing is out to kill Jill and any Stars members and anything that gets in their way of killing Stars members. And there's not even that, really. I mean, they made a lot of cutscenes for Carlos too, for Jill and Carlos. Carlos's campaign, I actually like a little bit too. He does go into the police station, but I do like the fact that now here's the pros. The Carlos sort of getting some semi his own campaign a little bit with this, not completely, but enough where you can play as him. And I like that. I don't like the two gun option he only gets in the game. I felt that was sort of lackluster there. But I did love how the character looked and sounded. The characters look amazing, don't get me wrong. A lot was put into the character detail. The city looks okay, but there's just moments you go, really? Eh. Again, rushed. The game was rushed. And that's a problem with this game. That's a problem I have with this game. It was rushed. And there's sins they could have did better in it. I do feel maybe I don't know if there's going to be DLCs for this. I'm sure there will be. Maybe some of the DLCs will make this game look better over time. I don't know, but or just better overall. But I don't see how. But the fact that I'm giving Resident Evil 3 Remake a D plus, I should be giving this game a fucking A. They should have killed this, knocked this out of the park. Because here's the one thing with Resident Evil 2, you gotta remember, Resident Evil 2 was remade, you know, prior to it being remade. So when you remake a game again, you do have to make it look different. So they cut Resident Evil 2 in half. Well, they did the same. They just took the formula for 2 and did it for 3. They cut the game somewhat down in time. And I'm going, that's something I stressed I did not want them to do. No, no. You're giving me the trailer is great. The trailer to where they're injecting Nemesis with something to like and load him and dropping him to hunt down the Stars members. Okay, why specifically Stars? Tell me that story. They, it just, look, there's things in the game they could have did in these trailers, or you meet somebody who knows. I don't want to read about it in notes and shit, but They tell you why. They tell you that they call the virus Nemesis, that it's called the Nemesis program, the new form of tyrant. But the fact that it never really, I just wish they would have done more with this whole thing of, okay, why stars? Why them? You know, we get they stopped the mansion incident. Okay, I feel this had a lot to do because here's the thing: Nikolai's betrayal is telltale too. Somebody wanted him to take down Umbrella, and that in some way, in turn, included killing Jill and Carlos and betraying his whole team and just doing whatever he could to take down the situation. Take down Umbrella. Okay, so Nemesis to me is not just your main antagonist, and that sort of takes away from this game too with the way they did Nikolai in this game. I felt Nikolai should have been killed by, you know, Nemesis should have killed anybody. No, Nemesis should have killed Nick. Nope, I'm the one killing Jill, motherfucker, not you. That's something I would have wanted to see Nemesis killing it. Nope, you're not getting hurt. That's my job. Um, that's something I would have definitely wanted to see, and we don't. There's so many things in this game. The hunters look good. The hunters look amazing. That's one of my favorite part of this game. Um, what I'll give the new look of Nemesis. I think they're gonna come out with his older look for this game, but he looks good. I can't complain how he looks. Um, just I'm not necessarily mad. I'm just a bit disappointed. I expected so much more out of this and didn't. Resident Evil 2, I guess it's sort of flip flopped. Resident Evil 2, I didn't know what to expect because here's a game that had been remade before, and then they remake it again and they knock it out the park. Here's Resident Evil 3, and they fucking whiffed hard. There's just so many things they could have done. And, him only getting the rocket launcher up to a certain point and only being able to use it through a certain extent, I thought that was pretty wishy-washy. Um, Again, we should have seen a hunt down of the STARS members who was left. They were being hunted. This is, to me, we should have got a playthrough sequence where the police station is literally getting dismantled by Nemesis looking for the STARS. Like, there's nothing left of the fucking STARS office. There's nothing left. Nemesis fucking came through like a wrecking ball. But you don't have that either. That's not in the game at all, and it's something that should have been. Um, Again, I had high expectations for this, and they just weren't met. So D plus for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Um, Look, if you enjoyed the game, that's fine. I'm not here to not tell you not enjoy it. It just, for me, I was expecting so much more from it. The voice acting was great, but again, I'm not buying the game for the voice acting. I'm buying the game for the gameplay and how much enjoyment I'm getting out of it, and all the little tidbits I'm gonna get to see from how different they've made this game. And just because you cut a game in half, that doesn't mean it's different or makes it better. What makes it better sometimes is lengthening the game and telling me a story within the game. You did not do that. You didn't tell me a great story within this game. And that's something the original Resident Evil 3 Nemesis did very well. So that's my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and good night.